Hello, this is Group 2 for Section B16 in Introduction to Management, and this is our assignment 4. My name's Bailey Hahn.
I'm Andrew Botto.
Hola, me llamo Sandro Pineda.
Hi, I'm Katie Maxey, and I'm the manager for Project 4. For this project, we are to evaluate each team member's performance based on the norms and expectations that we set in the beginning of the year.
We exhibited process gains by attending lectures, discussion, and going to the Frank Center while also overcoming process losses such as group members not showing up for their meetings.
One of the production losses that we experienced was me not being able to get over the language barrier. It's kind of hard when you have a bunch of English-speaking students in your group and you're from Mexico. It's hard for me. I had to have the Spanish and English dictionary next to me.
We would text him over the group meet, which we discussed, say like, hey Sandro, what do you think about meeting today at 4 o'clock? He wouldn't respond till 5 o'clock.
Wake up!
Sandro, you missed our meeting, man.
What meeting? What? I thought it was at 5, man.
No, 4, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
According to Part House article, being an absent leader leads to confusion among team members. Sandro's tendency to be absent during most of our team meetings leads to confusion through all of our team members. One way our group could have done better is to improve our team cohesiveness. In our management book on page 209, it shows that cohesiveness is the extent to which the team members are attracted to a team and motivated to remain in it. Sandro obviously didn't seem too motivated within our team, so we needed to improve it. One way we could have done that was to help him through the language barriers, so making sure that he understood every message we said, and if he didn't have understanding of it, we could have wrote it in Spanish for him or put it in Google Translate.
As a group, we were really able to work productively. We all went to class every day. We all went to lecture every day. We all make sure we take notes. And then we also communicated and made sure that we went to the Frank Center in order to get appropriate feedback. This made sure we were as productive as we possibly could be and make sure that we didn't have any external circumstances that would slow us down.
Sandro and Katie did not perform as expected due to their favoritism and lack of goals. However, once we utilized the findings from Locke and Latham, we used positive reinforcement, and that resulted in them completing their goals ahead of schedule.
During group project number 3, Bailey showed favoritism towards Andrew, and it really made me and Sandro feel less motivated to work on the project.
And on that day that Bailey assigned the group projects, he let Andrew choose his part, and me and Katie just got assigned ours. I'll be honest, I didn't really like that because I didn't get, it was hard. My part was hard, and I just didn't feel like that was a good a good way to manage your team.
Sandro and Katie had to do the body paragraphs, which included a lot of external sources and statistical data, which was very time consuming. As well, Sandro had to do a value curve, which was very hard for him, considering the fact that he did not understand most of the graphical data that was presented.
During group project 2, I noticed that Andrew had already set goals, whereas Katie and Sandro had not. Professor Crawford spoke about goals when he used the Locke and Latham findings to give us a better understanding on setting and achieving goals. After noticing that they had not set goals, I decided to help guide them into making SMART goals, to increase their commitment and confidence to work cohesively as a team.
Even though the goals Bailey helped me set were difficult, his feedback really helped me get the job done.
I was also able to use Bailey's SMART Goals guide in order to help me clarify my vision, drive me forward, and ensure that I had the right confidence in order to achieve my goals.
After Sandro and I realized that we were being treated unequally, we talked to Bailey and inspired him to implement the fairness theory, and he distributed the work more evenly, and it helped us become motivated again.
After implementing the fairness theory and having them set goals, they both performed better than expected on Project 3 by finishing their parts before the manager's deadline.
According to Mr. Schabel, we found in an article online, it stated that 68% of the workers that he interviewed never received a simple thank you from their boss in the previous 6 months they've worked there, and today that number is growing to 80%. Positive reinforcement provides a sense of worth, encourages good behavior in the workforce, improves working morale, and lets people fit in.
Due to poor communication through email, team members became confused and failed to attend meetings. Therefore, we overcame poor communication by use of GroupMe.
As team manager for group project number 1, I allocated 2 hours in a room at the library for all of us to talk about what we need to do for that project. I did this through email. Sandro did not show up at all. This was a very bad choice of me for a medium of communication, and this has in turn led us to choose a new app called GroupMe.
According to Jolene Gallagher in the book Intellectual Teamwork, she states most electronic mail systems provide minimal structuring of messages, which resulted in Sandro's lack of comprehension. According to an article in PC World by Naturo, GroupMe's questions feature lets you quickly direct a message to a specific group or individual. This gives you a boss-like feel, allowing the capability to reach out to each specific individual in the group to ask questions or to make sure that each member is on track. The use of the situational leadership theory and Mintzberg's managerial techniques allowed us to guide group members in the right direction, but nonverbal communication and lack of leadership led to subpar work efficiency and poor comprehension.
As Professor Crawford stated in class, nonverbal communication makes up about 90% of communication interpersonally, and 60% of that is made up through body language and tone. For example, I asked Sandro, as I was leading group project number 1, to answer the question before Friday. He just shrugged his shoulders, rolled his eyes, and didn't give me an answer.
As a team leader for Project 3, Sandro scheduled a meeting and failed to notify the rest of the team about the cancellation. The rest of the team showed up and was not able to work efficiently without the proper leadership role that he had held.
I figured for the next time I set a meeting, I had to bring some positive reinforcement for the group in order to promote some efficient, productive work, so I decided to bring some chipotle, some guacamole and chips.
As the team manager, I used the situational leadership theory of telling to tell Sandro to write his part because he was not ready and his maturity was very low.
As team leader, Bailey demonstrated one of Mintzberg's managerial techniques, planning, by going into Crawford's office hours and asking for further clarification on the prompt.
Right here, you need a clear overall introductory statement spoken in the first minute or two. So at the start of your video, you need to have someone say, the purpose of this video is to evaluate our team's process, how we completed the 3 group projects prior to this one in the semester.
Okay.
Definitely have one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just kidding. The real reason he's here is because Bailey wants some advice in Professor Crawford's previous acting world.
Yeah, I mean, Bailey, if you really want to get into Hollywood, what you have to do is be a child movie star and don't study in college, because getting a degree will totally distract you from your acting career and you'll end up like me, a washed up professor teaching intro to management.
Perfect. Thanks for the advice.